there is no reason for him not to be nominated, is
That's
there?
why we're saying that moral, legal, the two different things. What is moral might not be legal. What we are saying is, since he is filled with controversy, why not at this point in time, Mr. President, if I were to give him my little advice, drop such a person.
But if somebody...
However, if the president feels this man has a lot to offer, it is now left for that man to prove himself that I am not so and so person, I am this. And that's why earlier on I said, for forms of government, let fools contend.
Okay, let me go back to Dr. Doyin Okupe for a second. There are strings of Twitter messages that's coming round now. And Dr. Okupe, Nigerians on Twitter, they're asking this same question that I asked before, that does the president of Nigeria get the benefit of meeting the people he's nominating before their names are sent to the Senate? I know you said you didn't want to answer, but it seems Nigerians are asking, and I have a duty to ask their questions one more time.
Well, Kayode, thank you very much. People, like I said before, it's a free world, and people can ask questions, and this is the beauty of democracy. But here, I am a presidential spokesperson. You're asking me a question that I have no information on, and I cannot lie on television, on public television. I don't have information on this particular question. That's it. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's fine. All right, that's fine. That's okay. That's understandable. We do not expect you to lie that you know that the president has met or has not met them. But now let's look at the issue of the quality of the people in terms of the position or the portfolio that the president will want to give them. Why is it that in Nigeria, the president of Nigeria does not allocate portfolio? A typical example, if we had had a Joe Blog as a minister for agriculture today, it will not be the same thing that Dr. Adesina has achieved. But if we then have a situation where the Senate has a chance to interview those who are being appointed on the basis of the quality of material, information, experience, and knowledge that they bring to a specific ministry, don't you think it will help our polity?
Thank you, Kayode. Now, Kayode, we are also stretching this unduly and too far. For instance, you look at it. We have, the gentleman that was speaking there spoke correctly. By constitutional provision, Mr. President must appoint, one president from each state. That is already 36 states. All right. With number one, we don't have 36 professions in the world. All right. Now, if you look at it properly, areas that are that require critical personnel. For instance, look at finance. Mrs. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala is a very well-known, celebrated financial expert, and he is, in the finance ministry. Mr. Adoke, Mohammed Adoke, is a legal practitioner of note. He is handling the Ministry of Justice. Professor Chukwu is a professor of medicine. He is handling health. Now, foreign affairs. You can have, you can have some. Some of the best foreign affairs ministers we've had in this country, have not been even professionals, like General Nwachukwu. The last foreign minister, Okupe, were excellent and superb, gentlemen, and they handled that ministry very well. Some ministries cannot but be handled by the requisite professionals like health, like finance, like law, but other ministries can be handled by people of integrity, people who have had experience in life. Everything is not just as sacrosanct as that. Many times you need actual political judgment, political maturity, understanding of the country, to run. For instance, if you are a minister of works and all you know is how to do alignments and know about road construction and all that, now you imagine that you can say they want to do a road in Damaturu. I say how many people are using roads in Damaturu? No, please, where the pressure is in Enugu, is in Bayelsa. You need somebody who is politically matured, knowledgeable and experienced, to handle many of these ministries. We do not need to copy things and just copy things just because other people are doing them. We are at different stages of national development, and so far it has been so good. I don't think we have an issue on this matter, and I don't think there's a problem about this matter. All over the states of the federation, commissioners are appointed by the governor and they are designated, by him. So, this is our way of doing things, and it has helped us thus far.
Okay, the other issue then, let's come back to a couple of other issues that are being raised. Let's look at the decision to sack some of the ministers. Is this the right time for the president to sack ministers? Just a question.
This is, Kayode, with all due respect to you, this is a preposterous question. That is it the right time to sack a minister or to remove a minister or to rejig your cabinet? Why do you vote for a man to be president of the country if he does not have the capacity to decide what he wants to do when he wants to do it? I can't even answer that question. Whether it is right time, it is wrong time. What is the right time about doing what it is in the interest of the country? The president, the president is the one who, I said to you that the president is the one who is the captain of this boat. Now he knows where he's leading the boat to. He knows the kind of staff that he needs to assist him to get there. He knows, look, even people who are dropped, it does not mean that they are not useful or that they are not good or they have done something wrong. If you look at a spacecraft, when a spacecraft takes off from the ground, it goes with a lot of weight and a lot of power. It needs that power to transcend the atmosphere. But when it gets to certain stages, in order to move forward, it must jettison some elsewhere very useful that without which it cannot have reached where it got. But because to move forward now, you not need to shed some weight, and this is just the way government is run. Depending on the political situation, depending on the objective of the number one citizen, he now manipulates in such a way that he puts the right people at the right time to achieve his own purpose. And everybody you cannot run the presidency from a television house or from people's parlors or you cannot. The president is the number one citizen. He is empowered by law. He has a prerogative to take these actions. It is his judgment. So if he now does things and they don't work out the way people want, they say, okay, that is why he ought not to have done that at that time. But right now, the gentleman is on seat, is on the driver's seat. Both his hands are on the steering wheel and he's driving pretty well.
Dr. Okupe, it is fine. I would expect you to defend the position of the president. That's your job. I don't expect
that's my job. Yes, that's my job, and I'm not sure about that. That is my job.
The presidency from Channels Television or anywhere else. But what I'm actually aiming towards is the reason and the justification behind that decision. First, is it the right time? Maybe it is, maybe it's not.